There will be times where you will be unable to use your foot on your opponent's hip to create angle, and you want to avoid the consequences of posting your foot on the floor. In situations like this, you can hip escape using your knee off of your opponent's hip. This is my preferred method for creating angle in a closed guard, as it minimizes risk and allows you to stay tight around your opponent during the angle change. Once you have created angular change, our next movement is a half invert to get your hips off of the mat. This allows you to shoot your knee higher than your opponent's ear, which is necessary for any successful triangle entry. This movement pattern will teach you how to shoot your hips up and snatch triangles when you see openings. To move back to a closed guard, you will perform a hip escape off of your opponent's shoulder. This movement pattern is essential for triangle mastery. When you go to finish a triangle, you need to create angle to eliminate their shoulder from being inside of the lock, yet you also need to maintain tight wedges around your opponent's head and shoulders. This hip escape off of the shoulder is the most efficient and secure way to do so. As with the previous progressions, your goal is a smooth set of 10 on each side.
There are going to be instances where I'm not able to post my foot on his hip. If Kieran, his head's further forward, you see how I can't even get my foot to his hip. So there are going to be times when I need a hip escape, I don't want to go off the floor, I can't bring my foot to his hip. If I go try to hip escape here, it's going to be really difficult. When I hip escape, I can also go off of just my knees. So I'm going to straighten both legs and lift my hips. Again, I'm going to get onto the point of a shoulder. So this will illustrate that you don't really need to use your legs to kick away. It's not a kick away, the hip escape, it's a crunch. So from here, I bring my head forward and I shoot my hips back. So notice how my legs are straight. I literally can't push with my legs, so I hip escape back. From here, I should be able to reach the point where my shoelaces and my heel are hooking onto my opponent. This is the point you need to reach. Now, ideally, I'm going to go just a little bit beyond this. You can start with just here, hips up, point of the shoulder, back. This is like level 2.5. Hips up, point of the shoulder, back. Okay, we're hooking on with the shoelaces and the heel. So the next level, we have to utilize the lateral pendulum. So the lateral pendulum is a kick out to the side. Okay, so we go hips up, point of the shoulder, shoot our hips back. Now, the whole goal of this lateral pendulum is to get onto our shoulders. This is the position we need to get to. So from here, I can shoot my hips up. Okay, so I can leap up and catch the triangle. If my hips are on the floor, I can't reach. So we go hips up, point of the shoulder, shoot back. Now from here, I perform this lateral pendulum to bring my body perpendicular to Kieran's, and I move to here. So you see how now I'm on my shoulders. From here, I can shoot my hips up and shoot the back of my knee over his trap and my knee higher than his ear. That previous hip escape, we turned using our knee on the hip. Now we also want to be able to turn off the shoulder using our knee. So this is really important for when you want to finish triangles, and we need to eliminate his shoulder from being inside the lock. If I'm trying to finish here, his shoulder's inside. It's going to be really hard to strangle him. Whereas when we create our angle, his shoulder's now outside the lock, and it's much easier to strangle him. It's only going to be his arm and his neck that's in here, not his shoulder. When we want to create this angle, we're going to point our elbow towards the ceiling here. Okay, now from here, I step my calf onto his shoulder here. So you see how I'm hanging off of this. Okay, so we're performing a pass off of the weight of our hips like we did previously, but this time I'm going to be moving as I pass it off. Okay, so I step my calf on top, and I'm going to put my knee towards his ear. This then allows me to thread my leg through. Notice how my weight is still hanging off of him, and I pull myself all the way back in. Hips up, point of the shoulder. You can hold on to his elbows if you need to. Scoot hips back. Okay, from here, I need to get my hips up. So I'm going to form a lateral pendulum, pull my knees to my chest. I can then thread this leg over the top, moving my knee higher than his ear. Okay, our hips should always be up. Now from here, point your elbow towards the ceiling. We step our calf on top of his shoulder. I then point my knee towards his ear, and we hip escape off of here. I thread my leg through, hooking his far hip, and we pull ourselves back in.